Hi, my name is Anna Liu. I'm an architect working in London, the UK.
Hi, my name is Mike Tonkin. I'm an architect working with Tonkin Liu with Anna in the UK.
We love those two words because I think puritanical is about an execution and the purity of details and control of that innovation and economy as well, control of the project. And fantastical is
I was going to say it was
oh,
fantastic.
oh, so you get the good stuff.
Yeah, okay. So fantastical is about what people dream about. It's about what's in the subconscious. It's about what's universal. So that's what takes you to a kind of higher level.
And in a way, in both puritanical and fantastical, you can be innovative because being technical doesn't preclude you from inventing something. And likewise, being in the sort of dream world doesn't preclude you from inventing something amazing.
So nature is central to everything we do. All projects need to be about people and place, but they also need to be about nature and how you can connect people to nature. So pulling people into nature and using nature in many different ways and finding different ways to connect people to nature basically is the kind of root of what we want to do.
I suppose the four scales of nature we describe today relate to the four different time scales, and by pulling in all those scales, you naturally pull in the people and the place. I think without a doubt. So nature comes first. It's interesting because as Mike mentioned, we love traveling. We love seeing, for instance, India, Japan. It's seeing how people live and how different ways of constructing. So that informs a lot of our observation, as well as obviously every architect is educated with architecture history. So I think it's really important for a young architect to also understand how things come into place, not just as a style, but the conversions of technology and sensibility and the society.
In 1999, we published a book called Asking, Looking, Playing, Making, and we're about to publish another book called Asking, Looking, Playing, Making in next year. But that describes our process, and our process is a very rigorous process to go into the circumstances of each project so that they are so particular in each case that actually they should make a project that's completely different. So each project should be unique. So it doesn't matter if it's an artwork, a landscape, a structure, or a piece of architecture. They should all have an identity that's about placemaking.
In that place that is unique to, again, the nature, people, and the place. I think in a way, teaching is both a humbling and a sort of essential experience for us because it makes us realize what is perhaps missing in the industry as well as what is missing in education. I think we're incredibly privileged that we have access to both, and we realize that sometimes what the profession suffers from or is enjoying from is lacking in education and vice versa. So I feel the two are really important to each other, and hence joining the dot between academia, industry, and practice is extremely important.
The head of the AA told us we seem to run our practice like teachers, and we run our teaching practice like we're professionals. So we like to mix it up, and I think teaching taught us an awful lot, and we definitely got better by teaching, and we really believe empirical learning is the way to learn. You shouldn't learn from someone else's information. You should learn from doing it yourself. If you read it in a book, it's secondhand. If you learn it with your hands, if you see it with your eyes, you own it, you belong it. and this makes you a better architect. In the future, architects need kind of empathy. They need empathy with people, they need empathy with place, they need empathy with nature. Climate change is our biggest issue, and climate change is going to give us all sorts of social issues. So for architects to be good, they need to be very sensitive, they need to be understanding, and they need to be very caring. So the ethos of the architect is now the most important thing. But the danger is that architects become more conservative and more traditional, and that's not necessarily the answer. We need to become more innovative, more imaginative.
Yeah, I think that's right. Innovation and ingenuity, because the reason we are where we are now is because things have become quite sort of stifling and systemized. So for an architect to thrive, you have to look between the cracks. So you have to look for what doesn't exist yet, and use your imagination to come up with that. So really, agility and inventiveness, we can't stress this not enough, and that comes from observation and being willing to, I suppose, combine the digital skills you have with the sort of firsthand, direct experience that you do have as well.
Actually, yesterday we met a young architect at Elephanta Caves, and he said, "What advice would you give me as a young architect?" And we said, "Well, don't look at things for what they look like. Look at things for how they work. Look at things for how they perform. How is nature operating on the site? And the Elephanta Caves, there's a big ceremonial space, but there's two courtyards on either side of it, so the air passes through it. And obviously a cave is cool, but it's even cooler if the air passes through it. So understanding how things work on a kind of level of physics is really important. So architecture is not about what it looks like, it's about what it does." I know Anna has always been a difficult person, and I suppose I am too. So we definitely, in the profession, it's funny because the RIBA really seems to like us, but we're definitely like a thorn in the side. We're definitely kind of,
Really?
I think so, because we win a lot of RIBA awards, but always for things that are around the edge of architecture. And I think we're kind of trying to pick away at the...
For instance, their airway stent was shortlisted.
Exactly. So I think if you're not making change, you're not doing anything. If you're just a commercial architect providing a service, it's not enough. The service should be about change. The service should be about how someone can change their life, and that's what most of our clients, when we finish, they don't need us again because hopefully we've changed their life. They're done with us.